Hello there, just a quick video to show you that operating satellites, ham radio satellites, does not have to break the bank. Okay, you don't need the arrow antenna. Well, you could buy one if you wanted, but you don't need to spend money on the antenna, arrow antennas and motorized, stands and stuff like that, which cost an absolute fortune. If you're happy to just build something yourself, which is really quick, really cheap, looks rubbish in my case, but works, alright, and that's all I'm going to show you, right? I've got a Bofang U3 5R radio here. It doesn't get much cheaper than one of these, believe me, they're about 20 quid, and I've programmed in all the SO50 satellite to account for Doppler shift, alright? Plenty of things on the internet tell you how to do that. So that's all ready to go. I had to buy the SMA F, or female, to I think it's PL259 thing, connector, which cost me a couple of quid. And then what I did was I followed the guide. If you Google the $4 satellite antenna, I think it is, it'll tell you how to build one really quickly and really cheaply. It doesn't cost much, 4 quid. I think it's using coat hangers. I didn't have coat hangers lying around, not metal ones anyway, so I just had a look at what I had in the loft. I had a length of wood, which I've used, and then I had loads of these things and loads of these kicking around in the loft, and I think it was from a previous project, antenna project I've done. They were actually really old and a bit rusted and stuff like that, but it works, and it works pretty well. So yeah, all I did was use screws to screw these in, to hold them on the wood, and then use some self-amalgamating tape just to wrap around it. A couple of screws straight the way through there, and then the coax is going to each of those screws there, terminates there and there. And that's what I did. And it was really cheap and nasty and horrible and stuff, because I didn't even have a long enough piece of metal for the reflector elements. I couldn't be bothered like soldering stuff down and faffing about, so I just used some tape. And yeah, so there it is. I mean, look, it looks rubbish, but it works, and I'm getting an SWR of 1 to 2 to 1 across the 2 metre band, which is good enough for me, believe me. I'll upload proof of that as well, probably at the end of this video if I can. And then all I did was mounted it to a mic stand, and by mounting, I mean I've just taped it, right? I have taped it to the arm, the arm thing here, which is there. And I've just taped it here. And these things, if you haven't got one of these kicking about, I was lucky I had one in my loft. If you don't, I'm sure you can get them on eBay for next to nothing. Believe me, these things aren't really expensive. You can probably buy them new for about 50 quid, probably second hand, I don't know, 20 quid. I really don't know. But it's good because, this can move up and, well, if I undo it, it'll move up and down. And then obviously I can just spin it around like that, up and down like that, and it works really, really, really well. And considering it cost me, including the radio, all the bits I've got at home, it was about £23, and that includes the cost of the radio as well. So yeah, that's what I've done. Hope you like it. Hope maybe it's given you some, the drive to build one yourself. No doubt it'll look a lot better than my effort, but it works, and that's the main thing. Built it myself, it works, and it costs very little, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Hope you've enjoyed the video. I will try and just upload a quick shot of the SWR right at the very end, but until next time, hope you like the video and subscribe. I'm going to keep uploading them whether you like it or not. 7 threes for now. Bye bye.
Okay, so I'm just going to test the power first of the Bofang into the new satellite antenna I've made. So we can see the power is about 5 watts, which isn't bad. Then we'll have a look at the SWR. So that's full forward. Flick it to reverse. We can see we get in about 1.2 to 1, which is pretty good. I'd say.